Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the Afterlife SMP. And in the last episode you may remember that Ash gave us a visit and he invited us to take part in the war at spawn between the DRIPPO and DSMC. So upon logging on today I came across these signs. DRIPPO's family is reassembled. Drip weapons are in need of constructions whenever you can. GP has more laser plants if you needed for construction. Happy laser cannon building. PS, I lost half my diamonds from Quid Game. Well, we certainly like to hear that he has been spending his diamonds at Quid Game and making us some more profits. Always nice to hear. But back to some more pressing matters, and that is that we do need to build up these weapons for DRIPPO's family to use at spawn and the war. Now we do have some ideas for these weapons, but I think the first thing we need to do is take a look at spawn to see DRIPPO's family and see what kind of weapons they should be using over there. I have a few ideas and I think we need to use our experience with the magic that we have in the land to infuse that with the technology of these laser plants. That way we'll get the most impact for these weapons. So let's head on over to spawn and take a look at DRIPPO's family. Whoa, look at the size of DRIPPO's family there. We have a triple-headed robot and, well, first of all, what is this? Don't be like DMC, Ice Baby or DRIPPO. Who is the true baby of this war? Say no to war at spawn. Is this really what you want for your spawn? Peace and love. It looks like we potentially have another faction involved in this war, although this one is a little bit of a hippie culture with the peace and love. I did also forget to mention that Ice Baby, who lives over just there, is now involved in this war. I think all the commotion has bothered him, so he has frozen DRIPPO's arm there. He's frozen the blimp and some of the drones. He sent out a miniature frozen Ice Baby. Help. But yes, back to DRIPPO's family here, and they are absolutely massive. Look at the size of this robot. Let's take a fly up and a better view. And there we go. Spawn is looking a little bit crazy at the moment with this war going on and things popping up all over the place. Let's land on this slice rocket, and I think for the weapons we're going to want to put them on the arms here of the family. So there's one over there, there is this one hanging down, and there's another to the right side it looks like. So I think the weapons should go there. We need 3 different types of weapons and we do need a plan for each one. I think one of them should be probably a smaller gun, a cannon sort of thing, and maybe like a special weapon. But we do need to get to the drawing board for that, I think. And as customary when visiting spawn, we're going to check our shops. Looks like we have some signs. Don't be game with war. Play Quid Game today. Well, I couldn't agree more. Anyway, let's check the profits down below. Looks like we have, yep, we've made 19 more diamonds and the light is still on, so there is still a few prizes in there. I'm guessing not very many though at this stage. But with that, let's head back on over to the base as we need to get to work on some more plans for these weapon builds. So as you may be aware, we do have this area over here beside where our beacon is, and I wasn't quite 100% sure what to do with it. So I think the best thing that we can put here is actually to make this into a bit of an industrial factory style zone in our village here. And what better way to start things off by putting a factory or workshop, some would say even a laboratory, in order to do some experiments using the magic in this land with those laser plants that GP has been growing. So we're going to mix in some of the magic here of the essence of our base with the Lazarus Organicus von Breiterbloom. I'm sure I said that completely correctly. But mixing these two elements together is going to give the best impact for the weapons for DRIPPO's family to use over at spawn so we can win the war. But with that all said, guys, I think it's then time to get to work on building up this factory so we can make some prototypes and show Ash before developing them on DRIPPO's family's arms. I have a visitor by the looks of things here to watch me build this factory up, are you, sir? I think so. So with that said, guys, let's jump into a time lapse and I hope that you enjoy. I am the science wizard. So what do you think of my new outfit here, as this is going to be my wizard's robe and my goggles, protective goggles, for all of the science experiments that we'll be doing in this laboratory slash manufacturing facility. So let's check out what we've got so far, and on the outside we have a factory looking design. I love these shutter doors coming down with the stairs. We have amethyst on the outside being transported by this little forklift here, which I think is a nice little detail. And yes, I know our village is more of a old medievalish kind of style, but we do have magic in the land, so we will be combining that with the technology here to get ourselves some vehicles and things like that. Anyway, back to the building. As you see, more amethyst up there, as that is going to be the magical essence that we use to combine with the organic lasers we will look at in just a second. Off to the left hand side we will see some large tanks, and the first one we have crimson stabilizing agent. This is what we use to stabilize the organic lasers and the magic together so we can fire them from the weapons. Then we do have more amethyst magic essence being pumped in from this secondary tank. On the right side we have waste pumps coming out of this one, with some of the gases being expelled at the top chimneys just there. We do have, like I said, waste pipes coming out with the magical essence that is not being used and produced in the factory, and we do have another waste pipe here spilling out some of the amethyst magic essence that is not used in the process inside. We have a generator out the back as well, providing electricity to this facility here through the copper piping. There's nothing yet in this little door, so we won't go in there. We can come round now and look in the front entrance. So there is plenty of details in here. The first thing we can see is these shutter doors that go up on these little rails here. So you see they go all the way back and end up in the final position there. Both of those in different positions. I think it looks a nice bit of detail. On this side we do have the manufacturing plant for the lasers. So we use the stabilizing agent here to pump on top of the lasers, then they are processed through this firing laser mechanism with the power that we had on the outside. They go along this conveyor belt, then the magical amethyst essence is put on top and combined with the lasers there, before finally coming out the other end and ending up in storage, ready to go over to DRIPPO's family to use as their ammunition. We have a little planning table in the centre with some of the daylight sensors. At the top here we have some cranes, both on that side and this one. This one is carting off some of the ammunition drums that the weapons will be using. Like I said, here in the middle we have the crimson stabilizing agent boiling away in this large tank, and above me we will see one of the prototype versions of the Gatling pistol. This one will be hanging from this ceiling here after doing some testing. Off to the back, another prototype here. This one is a prototype for a liquid infuser type weapon that will fire a stream of liquid laser ammunition out of a large tank that will be attached to this. So doing some experiments with how to get that working stabilized and safe. At the back here we can do some experiments with combining the laser with the amethyst by pressing this button. We can see the chemical reaction take place, making sure it's safe to fire inside of the weapons. Then around the back we have some redstone resources, as we were doing some testing with using redstone as a stabilizing agent. At the end we used crimson as it worked out a little bit better. Then some water as some coolant on the other side, with our final pieces of experimentation on this little table over here. So overall, one of my favourite builds I have done this season. I think it came together really well. I love the colours, I love all the little details that we managed to put in the inside, and I think this is going to do a perfect job of providing the ammunition and the weapons to the DRIPPO DSMC / Ice Baby war that's going on at spawn. But I think we do need to show this to Ash, but I may just go ahead and build up the weapons over at the spawn area for DRIPPO's family, and then we can show Ash after that, because I think they're going to want to use these weapons as soon as possible in order to defend themselves and possibly win this war once and for all. Before we head over to spawn though, there is something else I do need to take care of, and as you know we have this map here in the centre, and I think this is a good time to update this map as we do have our new factory. Never mind. So yeah, I do have a new factory there on the hillside, and I also have updated all of the crop field as we done in the last episode. So I think this is a perfect time now to update our map, as I think the circle design for this is going to look a lot better. So after just a few minutes, there we go, we have our map updated and we have a much cooler looking farm design, I think you'll agree. We do have a little Chocobo pen I did forget that we added as well, and of course our factory to the right hand side, and this area I think is all going to be more of an industrial factory type area on the same style, then split off between the roads with the village and things as well. Obviously our mega main base here above me, which we don't speak about because yeah, I've been putting off for far too long at this point, but it's time to put it off a little bit more and head on over to spawn, as there is some weapons that need to be constructed. So let's head on over there, put up a time lapse and build ourselves some weapons. Ah yes, the sweet sight of magic and science coming together to make some weapons for DRIPPO and his family, as you've seen in the time-lapse just there. The first one we have is the Gatling pistol. This one is firing smaller concentrations of the lasers with the use of these spinning, rotating barrels. This weapon is perfect for easy, fast maneuverability with a high rate of fire. And second up on the right we have the liquid infuser. This weapon uses a high concentration of crimson to infuse with the magical lasers. They are then pumped through the system, mixed in with the amethyst magic, and out comes a highly concentrated plasma version of these lasers that reaches high temperatures, melting anything in their path. Last but not least on the list of weapons here we have, aptly named, Big Ed. Big Ed charges up this barrel, firing a high-powered laser cannon shot like a railgun out the end, delivering massive amounts of damage. A slower, more cumbersome weapon, but dealing the highest amount of damage of the three. And there we go, the three weapons are now constructed for DRIPPO's family to use in the war against DSMC and against the Ice Baby. You can let me know in the comments which one of the weapons is your favourite. I think mine would have to be the liquid infuser up there behind me. A lot more of a unique design and definitely one of the cooler looking weapons of the three. I need to speak to Ash, see what he thinks, and see how DRIPPO gets on in the next stage of this war.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh, wow.
What's wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong. In fact, everything is everything is right, actually.
Now, I will admit, I do kind of look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I see a little bit.
Just like with the goggles. But not our protective goggles, because I've been doing science.
Science.
And magic. I am...
Science and magic?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I am...
Okay.
A science wizard, that's what they call me. A science wizard.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, this is my science experiment. What do you think?
What is this? A puffy fishy ship? That is...
But I'm really keen to see what you've been doing, actually.
Okay,
Right.
yeah. So, let's go to spawn, as I think there's dangerous things for the DSMC, anyway. So, let's go.
Ooh, yes. Oh my gosh.
So we have weapons.
Baby.
I think that...
Wow.
I don't know what one's my favourite, but we'll walk you through them. So over this side, at the right,
Oh my god.
we have the Gatling pistol. High rate of fire,
yeah.
you know?
Wow.
Yep. The far left one.
Hello. Yeah, that one looks crazy. Oh, it's got like magic in it. It's like
Yeah.
with it. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, and then the middle one we call Big Ed.
Big Ed. Yeah,
Hello?
let's get a closer
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
it's
this
better
big
to
one.
see it from up here.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's even on a diagonal. That is mad props to you.
Well, I see that you left me a diagonal build to tackle, so I had to go for it.
Yes.
Yes. But I think, I mean, they're pretty cool. I'm happy with them. So DRIPPO's family now is armed and ready.
Oh, yeah. I must introduce you to the robots. This one over here,
Okay.
the smallest of the three,
Mm-hmm.
that is DRIPPO.
DRIPPO, okay.
DRIPPO.
Yeah.
And then over here, the middlemost, we've got DRIPPET.
Okay.
Yes,
I like
that's
the
DRIPPET.
mother.
Yes.
Yes.
And then on the right, we've got DRIPPO.
Dribble. Okay.
DRIPPO.
Nice.
Yeah. So now that you're well acquainted with these guys, I think we should leave them to do their business of destruction in the nation.
Yep. Get rid of all
And,
this craziness that's going on down here.
Quid game made me lose all my diamonds, by the way.
That's what I like to hear.
Letting you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And
I do need to restock
have-
because it's running out of prizes. very quickly.
Uh-huh. I think I got a lot of the emerald blocks. Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah,
Emeralds are shiny.
They are. Anyway, it's fine. I'm just gonna go back to my base and not. I'm gonna be the Daemon Lord.
The Daemon Lord. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you did probably notice that I built a shop or a game that doesn't accept demons on purpose.
Yeah. Little bummed.
Alright, man. Goodbye. Well guys, it looks like Ash loves the weapons here that we built up for DRIPPO's family. There we go, we can see that off in the distance once again. And it's time now, we'll need to see what the DSMC does in retaliation. I can see some of the attacks and things have been, one of them destroyed by Ice Baby's minion there. So let's see what kind of response they have to this and see if these weapons do the job and help the DRIPPO Alliance win this war. But with that guys, we're going to have to end it off today. It's been a long one building up all of these things. Getting all the copper for these builds was painful. But we are out of time for today's episode, so I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this one. A lot of building and things, but you can let me know down in the comments which one of the guns is your favourite and what you think of our new factory. Once again though, thank you very much for watching guys, and until the next one, bye bye.